So first, I'd like to say welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me today, where I have the opportunity to teach you more about holistic light therapy. My name is Susanne Murphy, and I have been doing color therapy for 30 years now. So I consider myself a pro in the field of colors, chakras, auras. I've probably done more research on the planet than most people have regarding these topics. I've been very blessed with working with the biopulsar technology for over 20 years. And because I've taught thousands of people over my 30-year career, it's helped me to understand the healing power of color. And today's topic is holistic light therapy. And I'd like to start by saying, what is holistic light therapy? Well, one of the things that we teach in our concept of color energy is color has its own innate intelligence. That means red has its certain functions, and those functions work on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. And every color of the rainbow has its holistic components that helps us. So when we talk about light therapy, I always go back to the science of color, because without sunlight, we wouldn't exist. We need sunlight to solarize us. And in the sun's rays are the 7 colors of the rainbow. Now, isn't it interesting that we turn on the radio and we hear music, and we understand that we hear music, but we don't challenge how we hear it? Similarly, we have, all kinds of forms of energy, infrared rays, ultraviolet rays. And again, these are used in hospitals. We use them for healing, but right in the middle of that spectral hue is the 7 colors of the rainbow, exactly like we get it from sunlight. And of course, those colors are the safest for us to use because they're just part of our chemical makeup. And, when we go into history, thousands of years ago, they were doing color healing. And from what I recall reading, they would even put color crystals in the ceilings. So when the sunlight came in, that room would be blessed with a specific color ray. And, for over I think it is 100 years or close to it, I'm sure, they've used yellow in hospitals, blue light in hospitals to cure babies born with jaundice. However, what we do here at Colour Energy is we teach the science of color and how every color of the rainbow affects us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, which literally encompasses the holisticness. So therefore, when we talk about light therapy, not only am I going to take you on a journey of how to do your own treatment, but I'm going to take you on a journey of the aspects of the colors and how they work multidimensionally, so you understand the holisticness. A few of you may have heard me share a story where I had read about a holistic dentist. So I booked an appointment. I was very excited to go see this holistic dentist. And when I was in the waiting room, they had me fill out this form. And on the form, it says, would you be open to going to a chiropractor or a naturopathic doctor? And of course, yeah, I've done that already. Well, at the end of my dentist appointment, I went, well, so where's the holisticness? What did they do to create that? So when they called me back to book an appointment, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to come back. And they said, why aren't you coming back? And I said, well, you lied to me. You said you were holistic. And how are you holistic? They never talked about how maybe my teeth might be influenced on an emotional level, mental level, or a spiritual level. They just indicated that if I had any problems that they felt, then they would suggest that I go to a naturopath that they know or a chiropractor that they know. And that's holistic? Don't think so. So one of the things when you align with our company, we try to educate you so you understand how our products work on different levels. And this is the power of what we do. So as we go into how do you give yourself a light therapy treatment, then you're going to learn how you can incorporate different components. So this way we're working on that holistic level. Okay. And, again, going back into history, color therapy has been used for millennia, but it was Dr. Fitz-Albert Popp, and I'm looking at his name because I haven't said it in a while, but Dr. Fitz-Albert Popp won a Nobel Peace Prize because he proved the cells of all living thing vibrated a biophoton. And what is a biophoton? A biophoton is literally light quanta, and this is indicating our cells not only emit light, but they receive light. So when we're doing specific light therapy treatments, what we're doing is we're using light quanta, or specifically the color of light, to enhance the cells of a specific organ or gland. We can influence our brain with color. We can influence our body and our complete endocrine system with color. And in fact, every one of our endocrine glands is connected to what we call an energy center. And in medical terms, they call them neural plexus centers. In esoteric terms, we call them chakras. At Colour Energy, we call them color and intelligence centers. We want to educate people on these energy centers are intelligent. They receive light signals and they transmit light signals. Isn't that amazing? Thumbs up if you understand this. Awesome, because that's why you're here. You're here to learn more about what holistic light therapy is. Now, when I first got started with light therapy, oh, and I forgot to grab my book, Let There Be Light, but I was taking a course from this woman who was local here in Vancouver, who was my first teacher in regards to color therapy. And she taught me the basics of color, but she sold the book, Let There Be Light, which we now sell. Because if you're going to do holistic light therapy, this is a wonderful addition to your educational material as a reference source. And I will talk about it later on if we have time, but it was my conduit to start understanding light therapy. Now, in Darius Dinshaw's book, which he wrote in 1902, so over 121 years ago, Darius Dinshaw studied the effects of light therapy. But back in those days, they didn't have our beautiful ChromaLight Penlight. What they had was a lamp with a color filter put on top of it. So of course, I didn't have the ChromaLight 30 years ago. So what I did was I went to the store and I bought a theatrical lamp and all the color gels. It was a several $100 investment, but because I knew the power of color, I did this. Now, I don't recommend it anymore because I burned filters, almost started fires. It's not something I suggest because these theatrical lights are so hot that they actually burn filters. So you have to be very careful of using them. And then not only that, I was burning through filters and I was having to constantly replace them. So it's not a safe modality. But again, we're talking about Darius Dinshaw in the early 1900s. Of course, he wanted to do light therapy. Now, he didn't also have the biopulsar, nor were the aspects of diagnosis developed as they are today. So I use the booklet as a guideline, but also through the biopulsar, we get detailed information on the health of every organ, but also we see the color of the organ. So we're actually seeing literally we're seeing the biophotonic charge in every organ and gland that we're measuring. So once we know the color of an organ, then we know how to treat. Now, we've developed different charts over the years, some that you are privy to purchase and others that are specific to owners of our light therapy technology. And I just want to show you. So this chart goes into the details of every color. So for example, and I'll just show a bit closer, you can see the color red and then all the different aspects of the red energy plus the color that you would treat with light. Now, the reason why I'm showing that is because if you're going to go into, treating people with light therapy, there's different ways that we can visually diagnose. So for example, if you ever have an area that is inflamed, if you touch it, it will be hot to the touch. As well, often you'll see that it's red and it might be swollen and inflamed. Well, without thinking, you'll learn to know that you just automatically will treat with blue energy. So there's so many simple ways that we can assess and treat, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about, some of our training programs so you understand that we do have further education to help people get started in the field of light therapy. Okay, so now you understand some of the basics of color and you understand why light therapy is very powerful, because just like the sunlight, we need to have all those colors, and we need them at different times of the day, and we need them for different reasons. So when we're out in sunlight, we're naturally being blessed by God's gift to us of the sun and all the colors of the rainbow. But if we're not outdoors and not receiving the light signals, then sometimes we may use an energy center more than another, and all of a sudden we become deficient in that energy. But then again, we also have to look at other factors like hereditary factors, our diet. The doctor has always said, have a rainbow of colors on your plate. It wasn't because it looked pretty. It was because they already understood in medical science that the different colored foods gave us different attributes. And those attributes are not just energetic, because the doctors don't talk about the energy of the food that's that color, but rather the nutrition of that color. They've proven, for example, foods that are more orange have more beta carotene. So that's a whole other topic of discussion, which we don't have time for today. But this is one area I've dabbled in, but that's not my forte. There's some wonderful books that are out there, and the book I recommend is by Dr. Deanna, I think her last name is Dietrich, who writes about color nutrition. So coming back to what we're teaching here today. So because sunlight is our main source of energy, and because maybe we're not getting all color nutrition through what we're doing during the day, we can use light therapy as a form of helping us to heal and balance imbalances. That's how simple it is. And I let everyone know I actually do my own light therapy treatment. I do my own light therapy treatment daily. And what I've actually done is I bought a pencil case. I have it with another, my mother knitted me a little bag. It's inside to protect my ChromaLight. And I stick my ChromaLight in here and take it with me everywhere. Okay, I have it on me 24/7. So when my partner and I are driving to work, he drives, I do a light therapy treatment. And then I come home, and often I'll do another one. Sometimes I'll lie in bed, do a treatment as I'm reading. So I'm constantly doing my own light therapy treatment, and I hope it shows, because obviously, for one, I'm in good health, and two, I work on my face to help promote youthfulness, which today we're not going to talk about doing an anti-aging facial, but it's relatively easy. Today, we're going to be teaching you how to do your own light therapy hand treatment. Okay. And I'm going to be taking you guys through how to do the treatment. Now, if you don't have a pen light, you can simply use your thumb or another finger, or if you have your own little set of chakra stones, you can actually do this together with me. You take a stone, and that becomes your treatment modality. Okay, so there's ways that we can do our own treatment, even if we might not have our own light therapy tool yet, because I'm hoping that after this class, I might be able to encourage you to invest in your own pen light. So this way you can actually help heal yourself on a regular basis. And to me, everything is about maintenance and preventative measures, because the more I apply light therapy to me for balancing my own energy network, again, I'm hoping that I'm going to live to a ripe old age of 200. That's my goal, is to get up there in age that I can enjoy life and do it with good mental abilities and good physical health. Okay. So now first I want to introduce you to our new ChromaLight system, because to me, we've been working with light therapy with different instruments, and recently we've switched over to a new system because our previous manufacturer had discontinued their Penlight set. And so we found another manufacturer that I feel has added value. Now, each Penlight of our new ChromaLight system is handmade. So it's not machine made. So you will see little flaws in it, but that's okay. It is handmade. And very simple. It is running on an LED light source, and all you do to turn it on is hit the button, and voila, you end up with the light. Okay, and just by clicking on the switch, you change the colors going through the rainbow. So I'm on blue, then indigo, and violet. Okay, and then one more press and it shuts off. This is just for doing the light therapy without crystal therapy, and I'll talk about that in a minute, because if we're working on animals, we may not use the crystalline energy. Animals are very sensitive to light therapy. And I could tell you over the past 20 years that I've been working with light therapy, I've had so many people tell me how that they've actually healed their horse or their dog or their cat. Okay, so we can use light therapy on any living organism, plants included. I charge my water with my Penlight. I do all kinds of things with my Penlight, and as much as I can share with you today, I will do that. So very simple to use just by clicking. Now it's very simple also to change the tip. So if I want to change the tip, I just simply remove whatever tip I'm using and I put on the next tip. We have a crystal tip that is what we refer to as the broad tip. And you can see that the crystal is about 1 inch in diameter, and it's great for doing the facials as well as the body work. And it glides on the body. We only recommend that you use a little bit of massage oil on the body first. So this way you're not grabbing the skin. If there's too much perspiration or if the skin is loose, then you could actually pull the skin, which you don't want to do. So when we're doing a treatment, we should always anoint the area with a massage oil of some sort. Okay. Excuse me. Another tip that's in the case, and just so you know, you get this lovely little case with all the different parts in there. And this is a raw crystal tip. And this is for doing pinpoint precision areas. You'll notice here that the tip is very, very sharp. And when you turn on the light, you can actually see how strong it is. And again, the tonation of the light. You can lie it on the body or you can point to an area of the body, but because it is pointed, we do not recommend you touch the skin. It's just for a laser light therapy treatment. Okay. And what we're going to be working with today, we're working with what I call the puncture form tip. This tip is ideal for doing hand treatments or more delicate fine lines. Okay, so that tip is specifically for doing reflexology, acupressure treatments, and I'm going to show you a little bit of this as we start going into the actual treatment. But it's great for doing detailed work. And unlike the thumb, which can be quite thick, this will get into areas that you can't get to with the finger. So you can get into hardenings and what I call hardenings and crunchies and other things that you can't get to if you're using your finger, because it is half the size of a finger. And it's actually very nice because it's molded. A lot of people who do reflexology have to cut their fingernails quite short because obviously the fingernails can be very sharp. But with this tip, it's molded so you can actually massage your hand or your body with it. Okay. And it also comes with a homeopathic dropper where you can charge formulations. Now, it is more for water-based formulations because if you put essential oil in there and charge it, it's hard to clean inside. But we do sell smaller bottles that we can actually just place right on top. And let me grab, I'll just show you. For example, this is a red massage oil, but I could actually just leave it, put the bottle on it, and charge any formulation. Okay, all I have to do is put it down on my counter, and you can't see this, but you can see I'm not touching it. It's got a flat bottom, so I can charge whatever formula I want with light therapy. So for this, what I'm doing is I'm charging water, and the drops I'm actually putting into my water to charge my water on the go. Okay, so you can take your charged water formulations on the go. I actually charged the violet and I'm using it for eye drops. Okay, so I charge it with this, and then I put it into another bottle, and that becomes my eye drops. Okay, so we do sell these bottles that are dropper bottles, and they're clear, which is very pretty when you're actually charging it because you can see the color shining through. Or again, you can charge anything you want that will fit on the surface of the pen light. Okay, does that make sense? Awesome. So
Yeah.
it comes with that homeopathic charging bottle, but I wanted to show you, you can literally charge anything.
Can I ask
And
a
you can
question,
also,
Suzanne? Or
sure.
later? Okay.
I would prefer the questions till later. So write them down and then we can
Okay.
go for them later, or type them into the comment bar. And that way we have them on record, because
Okay.
I'll try to get to the questions later, and based on time, if I can't get to all the questions, then I'll answer them in an email. Okay.
Okay.
So for example, if I want to charge my water with blue, I just put in the blue light and I can hold it above my water and charge my water. Okay. Now, if you want to supercharge your water even faster, for example, this is my blue glass, and I can charge the glass with the blue light as well as the water with the blue light. And I'm all about supercharging things. Okay, so, and of course, you know, you could even put a drop of maybe chamomile into your water and drink that, something safe to drink. Okay, because there's certain oils that I don't recommend for oil consumption, even though all our oils are 100% pure therapeutic grade. I don't recommend oral consumption, partially because you don't want to burn your esophagus. Okay, and a lot of oils can actually hurt your esophagus going down to your stomach, and even burn your stomach lining, because a lot of oils are acidic in nature. You can actually apply any oils to your skin with a carrier, and we use a carrier so this way we're not burning the skin topically. But when you use a carrier oil carries the information and the healing properties of that flower or liquid essence of that plant into your blood within 15 seconds. So you do not have to orally consume oils. 15 seconds by applying oils onto your skin, they're in your blood. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know some other little tips for your own self-healing. Now, back to the pen light. This set also comes with additional filters that if you want to strengthen the color, which really it strengthens it just ever so slightly, but we can make blended colors. So if I turn on the green light and then take the blue filter, I get turquoise. So I can make additional colors with this set. So I love that component too. And again, we can just put the color in, but you won't notice much difference. Okay, because the LED light itself is very strong and powerful with the color, but you can make additional colors with the filters. And then this pen light is rechargeable. That was one of the things that people had commented to me, is they wished that our old pen light system was rechargeable. Well, this one is. You get a USB charging cord, and you can charge the pen light whenever it needs charging. Now, the manufacturer says you get about 4 hours of power. However, I can also tell you that I've seen it last much longer than that. So, you know, depending on how often you're using it, just be prepared and make sure you're charging it if you're planning to use it for a day of healing. Okay. Now, another beautiful thing that is included in our ChromaLight Penlight set is a beautiful chime. And this is for clearing the energy field before you even do the crystal treatment. And I'm all about preparation first, because there's a lot what I call Klingons in your aura. During your day, you pick up all kinds of energy forms, from cell phones, from computer rays, from other people's negativity, you know, so there's all these things that can be in our atmosphere that we don't see. So when you use this beautiful chime, and we can put it over our own energy field or the energy field of a client to help clear their energy before we do the treatment. Isn't that gorgeous? So another little item, okay? And our ChromaLight, I've continued the promo on until the end of the year. So if you purchase the Penlight, it's $12.97. That's $1,297. And if you purchase it together with our correspondence course, which we have this beautiful correspondence course, that's almost 200 pages of working materials. This correspondence course is normally $299. But when you buy it together with the Penlight, you get everything for $14.97, so $1,497. Okay. Not only that, I give you a lot of support materials, and I'm just redoing some of my materials. So for any of you existing owners, I'll have some new materials created shortly that I'll be sending out to help in your practice. But when you purchase the Penlight, you also get this user guide that goes over all the different components of the Penlight. Okay. So that's that. And plus you also get our ChromaLight or color therapy hand chart that goes into details of all the different reflex zones. And I even color coded the different areas. So instantly, you know what energy center that organ is connected to. Okay. And plus there's other information that's both on the front and the back side to help you with your light therapy treatment. And you also get my color therapy chart, as well as another chart that goes into where the energy centers are, what oils are good, and some quick aspects of the treatment. So for example, when you're doing red energy, or if you're doing a red treatment, right away you can see that you're going to use blue because blue is cooling and is a natural anti-inflammatory. Okay, so that's another chart you get with the set. So with the $14.97, you get your own ChromaLight Penlight with all the components that I just showed you, the training manual, the user guide, as well as 2 laminated charts. And we laminated them because we know you're going to use them a lot. So we wanted to make sure that these sheets last you a long time. Now I have some specials that I'll talk about at the end. So you'll have to stay with us until the end to hear about our different specials. Okay. So now we're going to go into the treatment. So as I mentioned, I always like to clear the energy field. Now I use our aura cleanser because aura cleanser gets rid of anything that might be in your aura that could be hindering the energy intake. Now, whether you're doing a healing treatment such as the ChromaLight, or you're doing any other healing treatment, I highly suggest that you, one, spray yourself before a treatment so you clear your energy. So whatever energy work you do with your client, there's nothing in your energy field that might hinder your capabilities of working with the client. Also, you spray your client's energy, and if they're lying on a table, you would just go from head to foot, okay, and spray their aura. And this feels so gorgeous when it's on the skin. And in fact, every morning when I get out of the shower, I actually spray my whole body with aura cleanser. And I just love the energy particles floating on my body and in my energy field and cleansing my aura first thing in the morning before I start my day. I also use it at the end of the day. Okay. And I have it in my on my desk so I can use it during the day, because during the day, sometimes, you know, I'm affected by other people, as well as, you know, just even I'm on the computer all day. So I'm constantly using aura cleanser to clean my energy. So that's another contributing component that I feel helps my energy. And I can tell you, I'm like the ever ready battery. From the moment I get out of bed to the end of my day, I am vital. I am strong. And I contribute it to the fact that I do these things on a daily ritual. Okay. So I also have them in the bathroom. In our office, we have 2 bathrooms, one upstairs and one in the downstairs area. And I have them there. So I tell everyone, you know, when you're when you're getting rid of your then use aura cleanser, because whenever you dump toxins, that's a great time to actually use aura cleanser to fluff up your aura so you're energetically strong again. Okay, so I use this constantly during the day. Okay, so once we've cleared our energy field, then what we want to do is we want to start getting into the hand massage. And what I'm teaching you is how to do a hand massage. Now, as a free gift for joining me today live, I'm going to be sending you my chart here, which goes over how to do a basic, or pardon me, the different chakra areas. Okay, but I also have a teacher's package that I'll show you at the end. But for everyone who's joined today, please make sure that you put your name in the comments, because otherwise I don't know you're here. So say yes, please send me the free chart. Okay, all you have to do is type yes, and I will make sure that you receive this. Okay. So this just tells you the chakra zones. And if you're going to be doing treatments and, using our products, I will email this to you as well. So you can give this as a free handout to customers. Okay, because if you can give this to clients and you can teach them how they can do their own little chakra balancing treatment, I'll tell you, they're a customer for life, because then they're going to be doing things that you're teaching them how to do. And just so you know, if you're a practitioner, clients love practitioners, and statistically, businesses and practitioners that educate their clients are 40% more successful than stores that don't. Okay, so just so you know, if you provide your clients with information and healing protocols, they're more likely to come back to you because they recognize you as a cutting edge educator. Isn't that cool? Another little business tip for you. So what I'm following is this chart, and it's double-sided that goes literally through 16 steps on how to do a treatment. And this is something I've put together with the package to take you through how to do this. Okay. So when you're doing a hand massage treatment, you're doing both hands, and but you're doing one at a time, because if you're doing this on yourself or if you're doing it on a client, it's easier to do one hand at a time. And when you're doing this, if you're working on a client, you can have them put a hand towel on a table and have them rest their hand on the table, or you can put a hand cloth on your pants and have them just gently put their hand on, well, you could either have them rest their hand on themselves, and then you do the treatment sort of leaning over on their leg, or you can have them sort of putting their hand closer on your leg and doing the treatment. So feel that out, how that feels to you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to lubricate the hand, and you can do it chakra by chakra, or if you want to just use one oil at one time, then you do the whole hand. Okay, because when you're doing the light therapy or you're using the crystals for doing the hand treatment, either works as long as you're using the colors of the light or the colors of the crystals. Okay, then you can use a generic oil on the hand. Now, I work with our Colour Energy Crystallite Alchemy Massage Oils, because not only is it a topical oil, meaning it does not penetrate like a lot of your other oils. There's only a few oils that will coat the skin and not be readily absorbed by the body. Most oils, like your apricot, your grapefruit, your jojoba oil, will actually be absorbed by your skin. And the drier the hand, the faster the oil will be absorbed. So then you're constantly having to put more oil on, because again, you don't want your ChromaLight to stick on the hand. Okay, that's really important to note, that your ChromaLight isn't sticking on the hand, because then you can hurt someone. So you want to make sure that the hand is properly lubricated. So you can do it chakra by chakra, or again, you can coat the hand with an oil. Now, I use the Crystallite Therapy because not only is it a massage oil, but it's also been supercharged with planetary alignment, sacred geometry, crystalline energy, of course, the power of plant essences, as well as crystalline energy. And in fact, the alchemist has taught us to do one more supercharging of all the formulations before we bottle it. So it goes through quite an intricate alchemy process before you receive it. Okay. And in fact, there's gemstones in there as well. So you just start the treatment. And I'm just going to take off my ring here because we don't want anything hindering the treatment. So jewelry off the wrist should come off, as well as any rings that are on the fingers. Then what we do is we just apply a couple drops of the massage oil. Oops. Brand new bottle. It's got the idiot proof tab on it. So I have to take that off first. Okay. So you just open up the bottle and put a few drops, not the whole bottle on, but guess what? I'm just going to rub them on both my hands, because since I've lathered my hand with massage oil, then I'll just apply that to the hand. But normally I would just apply a couple drops to the base part of the palm, which is the root chakra area. And remember, I'm going to gift you with this chart so you can see the area that's governed by the red energy. And if you purchase our Penlight, you will get a more detailed chart that shows you all the different zones. Okay, then what we do is we take the Penlight or a crystal, and then we start to actually massage in that area. Now, one of the things that I do, because I have the Penlight, is I actually press an area and release, press an area and release. And the reason why you want to do that is because then you're creating a stimuli on the different reflex zones. Okay. And one of the things I always tell everyone, I don't press light. If you actually come here for a class, when I show you how to apply the light therapy on the hand, you'll actually be surprised at how hard I go. Okay. Because when there's crunchies and other things, we want to massage it out. If we work too lightly, that's not going to happen. But also to create that stimuli, we press and then we release. And we should do each zone no less than 3 times. Okay. Because again, we want to activate that area. And then we move on to the next area. And we press and we release. We press and we release. This is nice because I can see some of my ChromaLight owners are using their Penlight and doing it with me. And for those of you who don't have a ChromaLight yet, you have a finger that you can use, or if you have some chakra stones, then you can use the stones for applying the pressure. Okay. So what we do is we just go down through all the areas of that chakra, and we just press and we release. Okay. So what we're doing is we're spending 2 to 3 minutes on each zone. So as we're doing 7 zones, if we spend 3 minutes per color zone area, that's a 21-minute treatment. Okay. Now, of course, if you work intuitively, you may find there's areas, because when you're doing it to yourself or a client, you want to address any area where there's a pain or a problem, because reflexologists, when they're doing a reflexology treatment, that's what they're looking for. Is there any areas where they can feel anything, or does the client react to an area? So for example, often when people have headaches, there's a zone area right in there that's tender with people. Okay. So as you get more knowledgeable of the different reflex zones, then, of course, then you can treat accordingly to, the knowledge that you've gained over a period of time. Now, you can also make it very simple by also just massaging in a whole area. Okay, harder to do with a finger or a stone, but with the ChromaLight, with the tip being nice and smooth, it just makes it much easier to do. And even here is the spine. So you want to treat in that area. And again, you don't want to apply light pressure unless the person has very tender hands. And again, that's something when you're working with someone, you're going to gauge it. So you have to let your clients know ahead of time, please let me know if there's an area that's tender or if I'm pressing too hard. Okay. Now, I know myself, and I know when I go for a massage, I like to feel the treatment. Some people need the light pressure because they're more sensitive to the energy moving. Okay. I'm not as sensitive, so I like deep massages. I like it when my massage therapist tortures me. Okay. Tells you a little bit about me, but just kidding. But anyways, what you want to do is you want to massage in the spine area, and note if there's any areas of tenderness on yourself, or again, if you're working on a client, then just tell them to let you know if there's any areas of tenderness. But I am applying a nice pressure. It's not super hard, but it's hard enough that I can actually feel things. So right here, I'm feeling a little tenderness. So because I'm feeling tenderness in that area, I have two options. One, press and release, or massage lightly. And so you can do both the pressure technique as well as the massage technique. Super easy. Okay. And then when we're ready to go on to the next zone, we switch our color and then we start working on the next area. Now, the massage oils you typically wouldn't resell to a client, but you can. However, the chakra blends are awesome to sell to clients. And if you know specifically that they need one color over another, you can sell them the full bottle, or you can make packages with our little sampler sizes and sell the sample pack to the client. Okay, because I'm always thinking on that business sense, what can we do to have the client support themselves at home? So sell them one of our sets of chakra stones. And when you sell them our crystal light therapy set, it also comes with a quartz crystal and a hematite stone. Okay, so that's really nice for putting the hematite stones at the feet. So you're grounding people, and one of the crystals on each side of the body to actually support them. So the clear quartz crystals are for support. And if you're treating someone, then they would hold the clear quartz crystals, and then you put the two hematite stones at the soles of the feet for grounding. Then the rest of the chakra stones you would use in the hand treatment, or if you're doing a full body massage where you're actually applying the crystals to the body, you can also supercharge the crystals or activate the crystals with your penlight first. See how it's all kind of building in with whatever you do? Sky's the limit. I mean, when you purchase the Penlight, if you want to discuss with myself or one of your reps how you can integrate light therapy in your own existing treatment, we'll give you a whole bunch of ideas. Because to me, when I do a chakra balancing, I use the light therapy. I use crystals, the oils, the essences, the light therapy. I do the whole shebang, because the more I can support people, then the more profound the treatment. Because this is another thing that we have to understand, is that if we're only doing one modality and that person isn't energetically aligned with that modality, they're not going to feel it. Versus if you use alchemy oils or our pre-mixed chakra blends with light therapy and gemstones, imagine the power. And then you can also have the client recite an affirmation. So for example, and it's something you can do together when you're working on the client's orange center, you can say, I am happy, I am healthy, I am enthusiastic about life, I love life, I will live in the present moment. Okay, so if you create a practice using our tools, we'll even give you the affirmations and a chakra homework sheet that you can utilize to check off what you can sell the client, because you have to remember clients want the tools. I know whenever I go to a practitioner, if it's a naturopath and they're recommending nutrition, I'm all over it. I'm buying whatever they're recommending. Similarly, if I go to, I'm just trying to think of another practitioner, but I can tell you that whenever I go to a practitioner, whatever they recommend, I'm all over it. Oh, a herbalist. I go to my herbalist, and right away she's recommending the herbal teas that I should be drinking. So I'm all over whatever you tell me as a practitioner. I'm assuming you've done your homework and whatever you're selling is good. So if you want to, increase your revenues, sell products. Because I can tell you, if you tell me about a product and you don't sell it, I will be extremely disappointed in you. Because now you're making me go to the store to get it, second guess the quality of the product. And thirdly, it's inconvenient for me to shop for something that you should have and you're recommending to me. Okay, so be smart. And I don't think of it as sales. I think about it as helping clients heal themselves. I provide them with solutions for them to help heal themselves on their own holistic journey. Okay. Now, when we're doing the affirmation at the same time that we're doing the light therapy, we might create an affirmation that's specific to what they need. Okay. So if they're going through emotional trauma and we're doing an orange light therapy treatment, then maybe the affirmation is, I release the trauma associated with this emotional blockage that I'm experiencing. Okay, then you send them home with the chakra blend and you teach them to apply it in that zone. You give them the homework sheet that I'm freely giving you and say, okay, you use the orange massage oil on that zone and you write down the affirmation that you've created for them or together with them. Okay, I listen to my clients, and if they tell me they have issues, this is what I do. I turn it around and I make specialized affirmations for them. Okay, so if a person says to me, I'm unhappy, I'm depressed, then my orange affirmation for them when they're using the orange oil and they're doing their own treatment at home with the gemstone kit that I've sold them, and they're massaging with the oil and the gemstone, then they'll be saying, I am happy. I release any negative thoughts. I am positive. I am free. Nice, eh? So again, what we're doing is we're treating them holistically for any emotions that they're struggling with any thoughts that might be they're obsessing about. Because I ask clients, what are you obsessing about? What's on your mind that you want to deal with? Okay, because let's turn it around. If you're depressed, I want you to be happy. But the only way you'll be happy is if you do homework. Because if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, that's insanity, right? We know that. That's insanity. You have to create the change. And just so you know, orange energy is all about change. It is the most flexible energy. It actually is elastic for your thoughts. It helps you to stretch your mind to think in a new light. Okay. And if you take my master program, you learn a lot about this. You learn a lot about the different aspects of the colors that affect you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as well as physically. Okay. So I have, developed programs to take your education of learning about color to that next level. Okay, so as we go through the chakras, this is exactly what we're doing. We're doing the different zones and we're doing either a point stimulation or we're massaging in that area. Okay, and we work through the whole chakra system, one zone at a time, working 2 to 3 minutes. And if it's helpful, have a clock in front of you so you know when to go on. Now, I love Siri. I'll say, Siri, set the alarm for 3 minutes. And my Siri's turning on for 3 minutes now here. But literally, I do that so I stick to the protocol. Now, I also work very intuitively. So even if the 3 minutes is up and I feel that the client needs more of that color frequency, I'll stay on it until my intuition tells me otherwise. Now, we also teach how you can use a pendulum to help you time how long you should do a light therapy treatment for. Okay. But again, that's kind of more advanced training. So as we go through the different areas, we're treating the zones, we're applying the pressure point stimulation as well as the massage. Now, in this area here, with a lot of people, myself included, I have some divots in my palm. And I could tell you, because I have the bile pulsar, my heart center often is excited. So when we see anomalies in the hand, that's indicating that that's where the energetic problems are. Sometimes it's an excess or it's a deficiency. Oh, I have to turn my Siri off here. Too funny.
3 minutes starting now.
Sorry. Siri, turn off clock. Okay, we'll get rid of that because we don't want, my Siri's a man, by the way. I don't know if you got that, but I turned off my man. So anyways, So I know that wherever I have a loss of energy is where I'm specifically going to treat more. And in fact, when you take the ChromaLight course, we teach you how to actually work on the lifelines. So if you see a lifeline broken or has a deeper groove, then you would work on that lifeline even more in that chakra zone. Okay, another little quick tip for you. Now, when we're turning to the blue is here on the fingers. Okay, and it's also here on the thumb. And here is also an area that I know because I talk for a living, it's an energy center that I actually deplete energy from quite quickly. And there's more to it than I'm going to be able to share with you in this class. But, you know, my throat chakra has always been my life learning lesson. And in fact, I teach people whatever energy center is weakest, that is where you need to learn lessons, because wherever a chakra is healthy and strong, that's indicating that's innate to you. That's an intelligence that you're already operating at a good level. Now, of course, sometimes there can be individual programming that could be problematic. Okay.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay, I'm turning my Siri off here. Oh, if I can. Anyways. Okay, so we continue into the different areas, and again, applying the point pressure stimulation and slight massage. And if you feel any crunchies, that's indicating energetic blockages. Okay, and a lot of people in this area here, which is between the heart chakra and the throat chakra, this is the neck and the shoulder area, you'll feel a lot of crunchies. So you might work on that area alone for a few minutes. Okay, and if you're introducing someone to ChromaLight therapy, just even work on that zone on them for a couple minutes and ask them if they feel throughout the night that the tension in their neck and their shoulders has subsidized. Because literally when you work on this area of the hand, people often feel an instant relief because we hold so much stress. We're on the computer, you know, we're hunched over, we're, you know, crossing our legs, we're doing all kinds of things to create an imbalance in this area. And again, in some of my advanced classes, I go more into the physical aspects. Okay, so here we're working on the blue energy. Then we switch to the, oh my goodness, stop. Sorry, I thought I had shut it off, but I didn't. So there we go. It's shut off now. So then we work on the indigo area, which is in this area here, ending with the tips. Okay. And when you see the fingertips very vibrant red, that's actually indicating that somebody is ungrounded. So sometimes you may actually even apply the red energy in the fingertips. Now, if you're doing a chakra balancing, I want you to do the violet. Now, just so you know, if I'm doing a chakra balancing, I typically start with the fingertips and end up with the root chakra. Okay. And then at the end, when we're doing the ChromaLight, we will switch tips. Oops. We will switch tips, put our broad tip on, and we will put it to the green or turquoise. Both green and turquoise are healing. Green is regenerating and turquoise is rejuvenating. Okay, so then we end with, we're going to end with the green light because I didn't put the blue filter in to marry up with my green to get the turquoise. So we're going to end with the green. And all we do is spend 3 minutes just stabilizing all the energy work that we've done. We want to neutralize it because we don't want the energy to be extremely sedated because it's continuing to work, or we don't want a zone to be supercharged because, again, what can happen is that people get disconnected because you've just supercharged that area and it's gone into an excess. So we always work with the green light afterwards for stabilizing. Okay. And that literally is a chakra balancing. And with the 3 minute stabilizing at the end, that ends up being approximately a 24-minute treatment. But remember, you spent a minute or two priming them by, playing the chime or spraying their aura with the aura cleanser. And at the end of the treatment, you should also end with the aura cleanser and again, activating the chime so people are grounded and they're feeling safe, and that any energy release that's happened, what you've done is you've released it from their energy field by charging their aura with aura cleanser. This actually will make your aura sparkle and shine. Okay, so that's how you want to end a treatment, also by using the aura cleanser. So like I said, in a nutshell, that was a chakra balancing treatment that you can do for yourself on a regular basis, daily, if you wish. Okay. And again, you can use crystals, you can use our ChromaLight, you can use your finger. When I'm traveling, I do all kinds of things because obviously I can only pack so much when I travel, but I can tell you, I take my ChromaLight everywhere I go because I never know when I'm going to help people. And also when I travel, it gives me time to nurture and love myself by doing my own treatments. But like I said, I literally use the ChromaLight daily because I believe in light therapy, because literally nothing moves faster than the speed of light. And when you're working with light therapy, it penetrates mass, where when you're working with other modalities such as sound can bounce off of mass. Okay, so light therapy can also reach the etheric layer. Okay, so it is such a phenomenal method of treatment. So I hope you've enjoyed that and you've gotten good information out of that, because again, my goal is to teach you how to use our different tools for your own self-healing or in your own, clinic or practice. And as well, I wanted to share with you that, this year, as well as the coming year, my focus is education. Now, this was just a little tidbit of how you can support yourself with the ChromaLight or how you can use the ChromaLight. In the training manual, there's much more information. And the reason why we have assignments in there is so you apply the treatments to yourself so you can feel the energy healing. Okay. When I first got the first model of the ChromaLight, I did all kinds of things to challenge whether or not it actually worked. Excuse me. Now I have so many stories, from getting my foot lodged in between two rocks and applying the light therapy, applying the light therapy, and actually 2 months later losing two toenails, oblivious to the fact that I had injured my foot so bad because there was no bruising, no signs, no pain after a couple of days of using the light therapy. I literally healed my toes, but because the damage of the impact was so harsh, I lost those two toenails. But for 2 months, I had no idea that I was going to lose those two toenails, because within 2 days, my foot was back to normal. And even recently, I took a floater. And if you don't know what a floater it is I wiped out and I went head first on the ground, smashing my face, specifically here and here. Nobody knew because there was no swelling, no bruising, because guess what I did? I did my ChromaLight therapy every day, several times a day. I personally understand the potential of the instrument because I have been working with it for so long. And like I said, I could tell you dozens and dozens of personal stories of how light therapy has helped me. Now, of course, I also do all the protocols that I was suggesting to you. I use our alchemy essences. I use our color energy blends. I use crystal energy. Okay, I recite affirmations. I do prayers. I do everything that I teach because I truly believe that we are our own self-healer. And we go to practitioners to help us on our journey, but ultimately we're working with, love and light, right? And so therefore, when we nurture ourselves and, do these things, then what we're doing is we're putting in the effort to self-heal, and that is magical. Okay, because if you rely on other people to heal you, sometimes it doesn't go very far, because if you're not taking responsibility for all your actions, then sometimes the energy can reverse itself within 24 hours. And I have proven this scientifically on our biopulsar instrument. And the biopulsar is a medical device. So it has been certified in 32 countries as a medical device. So I can actually see the energy reverse within 24 to 48 hours because the client didn't do anything to hold the energy. Okay, if anything, they reversed it by, maybe having alcohol or, junk food. That in itself can reverse maybe an energy treatment we did for the digestive system. Okay, so we have to understand people have to be responsible for their own energy journey. And so the more we can teach them about doing affirmations and self-treatments, then the more we'll get to where we want to go. So, by showing people how to do their own energy balancing on their hand, or specifically on an area that maybe they have a physical problem with, then we're empowering them to help heal themselves. And I think this is really important for anybody's growth. Okay. So now I want to tell you about the different courses that we have, and I'm going to do a poll. And then after we do our couple polls, then I'm going to open this up to questions. So I'm going to talk about each class that we're offering. And if you're interested in any of the classes, then please, check off what you're interested in, and I'll make sure that you have the information. So on the agenda, we're in March of next year, we're doing an 8-week program, our Colour Vibrational Energy Master Program, where we're taking people through a color a week. And some of my students are actually on. And so I don't know if anybody can quickly share how much you enjoyed the class with the group. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, it's an excellent course, and just having that really helps solidify your credibility with your clients. And I've gotten so fluent in all the colors that I'm actually teaching workshops at a yoga studio.
You felt that the course was a catalyst to help you understand more about color, so now you're using it in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's wondering, like, oh, how do I check my chakras? Like, how do I know if it's overbalanced or underbalanced? And, I'm just passing cards out like crazy because everybody wants to learn more in depth, and they want to get biopulsar scans. They want to know what their color is. And
so it's helping you build your business. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
And there's a beautiful poem too that we get from the manual about all the colors of the rainbow.
Yes.
And it tells you all the personality attributes. And so I open each workshop with that to get everyone to think about which color they are in their life. It's amazing. I can't say enough about the course and like what it's done for me professionally.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Tia. Okay, so we have the master program. It's an 8-week online course. Every Wednesday we meet for about 90 minutes. Plus, with every color, you get 3 videos to watch as many times as you want, because I tell everyone you can only ascertain so much when you watch a video or listen to participate in a class, that afterwards you have access to the videos of your class plus these pre-taped lectures, so you can watch them over and over and over again, because there's so much information in that class. Now, the Color Vibrational Level 2 is here in Vancouver, and the dates are April 15th and 16th. And in this class, we're taking the language of light, and I'm calling it the language of light, to the next level. And because we're using the biopulsar, you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn how to read your own aura and understand more about your own chakra flow. And if you purchase the biopulsar, this is also a catalyst to help you learn how to read the aura and the chakras. Plus, we're going to go into the medical diagnosis of the biopulsar, so you learn how to use it for assessing. And if you are licensed to diagnose, then of course that becomes part of your diagnostic system. Like myself, though, I'm not licensed to diagnose, so I tell everyone I use the biopulsar to study your energy, look for where your energy weaknesses are, and together we develop a healing protocol. So this way you can do some lifestyle changes that will be proactive for your health. And of course, the biopulsar showing the colors of the aura and the chakra flow, we can pinpoint what areas specifically need attention, from what organs need attention to what energy center needs the attention. So it's a phenomenal device, but because this is such a self-development program, it's for everyone. Okay, and because we use the biopulsar, you have the evidence, you get your own aura picture, your chakra picture, plus we also include your full horoscope report. Okay, so that's April 15th and 16th. Then following this course, so for those of you who are traveling here, you can make it a 5-day class, okay, with the first training being CVE level 2, and then the next 3 days learning about the crystal energy. And in this program, we teach you how to do a treatment. This is not a physical massage, so you don't have to have a massage background. This is a crystal massage. And if you've ever hit two crystals together, it creates piezoelectricity that then penetrates into your body, because we're doing the crystal work over your body, that these electrical charges are going in and they're reigniting your electrical matrix. So wherever there is stagnating energy, the point of crystalline energy is to actually activate the crystals to reawaken your energy matrix. Okay, but it's a 3-part series. We teach you the ancient ritual of purifying the aura using smudging, as well as we do have our substitute of aura cleanser, because it is like a smudging ritual, but it is not smoke therapy. So in a lot of environments, we cannot use smoke therapy. So we can use the aura cleanser, which literally is unscented. And so therefore it's a safe way of smudging or purifying your aura. Okay, so we teach the ancient ritual from from toe to head, how to actually clean the auric field. Okay, part 2 is where you're learning how to do a guided meditation and taking clients on a chakra journey, where you're tonating each chakra using tonation as well as the crystalline energy. In part 3, which is my personal favorite, and that is the crystal massage. And for people who are massage therapists, the biggest complaint I hear is after many years, they get tired of doing the massage. Their hands become, more painful and problematic. This is another method of massage where it's not physical energy. Okay, it's activating the crystals to create the piezoelectricity, and that does the energy massage. And that's what you learn in the masterclass. You learn about how the different energies are. So when you come across somebody who's a naturally orange person and they show you a little bit more of a perverted side, you know that's the orange characteristic. Okay, so we teach you all these nuances of the different energies. Now, the next program is our Holistic Aura Counselor training. This is going to be an online class, and I'm teaching people how to analyze the aura using technology and without technology. And then we're going to talk about aspects of the aura and healing. And at the end of this 2-day program, you will be certified as a holistic aura counselor. But this is not a counseling program per se, but you're going to learn the holistic components of counseling. Okay. And then after that is our medical intuition course. And this is a 3-hour course that's going to be online as well, but it has to be in pairs. Okay, because in order to complete this course, you need to have a partner, because you need to work with your partner while doing these different aspects of the training, because it's about giving and receiving. And there's other things I can't tell. I can't tell you ahead of time because that's part of the program. Okay, but you need to do this with a partner. So it has to be somebody you're together with as we do this class. Okay, and I'm charging a nominal fee of $30 per person. And coming up December 28th, as well as January 3rd and January 31st, I am teaching a numerology, astrology, and color class. And what we're doing is we're taking your name, your birth sign, your birthday, different aspects of who you are and how you are identified as a human being. And you're going to learn the colors that are attached to all these things. So you're going to determine where your colors lie in all these different areas so you can understand the possibility of where you're weak and why you need to focus on that area. Okay, so that's going to be a powerful class to teach you more about yourself, because we're integrating different components. And again, I'm not teaching you astrology, rather I'm teaching you the color of the day you're born. And for those of you who have signed up, I've added another question. So if you haven't given it to me, don't worry. I've already figured it out. So it's another component that I'm adding on. That's a surprise. So anyways, more dynamics that I'm adding to the course based on, my study of numerology, astrology, and of course, my forte, which is the color language. I want to share with you, for joining me today, I've put together some product packages. And so if you are interested in some of my training materials, I obviously have this sheet that is taking you through how to do the hand massage step by step. I also have, as one of the practitioner sheets, is the detailed reflex zone sheet. So you will learn where all the different reflex zones are and how they connect to the colors. And then as well, I'm including a blank sheet. And this is so when you're putting together a client's protocol, you give them this sheet and you highlight the specific zones you want them to work on. Okay, so that's 3 different practitioner tools you get. And I'm doing a little promo on that. So the value is $30. So you'll save over $11. And that package is $19.97. Or I have a couple practitioner packages, one where I have put together the 7 chakra massage oils with an aura cleanser plus all those 3 sheets for a price of $89. Or I also put together another package where you get the 12 chakra massage oils, the aura cleanser plus the 3 sheets, because we do have silver, magenta, gold, turquoise, and pink as additional massage oils, and there's applications for them. So you learn about those additional 5 colors that you can apply in a massage treatment, whether it's a hand massage or a body treatment. So I think that's that for that launch. I'll let you guys keep filling that out, and we'll go back to some of the questions. So we're just going to take a few more minutes to answer any questions that anybody might have. Oh, Suzanne was asking, can one use the color CD while doing this treatment? Absolutely. Remember, it's all about multiplying the energy, because you have your 6 different sensory perceptions. You have your sense of smell, you have your sense of taste, you have your sense of touch, you have your sense of sight, and you have your sense of smell. Then you have your 6th sense. So if you play the CD, you're actually stimulating the client's sense of hearing. When you use aromatherapy, you're stimulating the client's sense of smell. When you're using the crystalline energy, it's the sense of touch, as well as on an energetic level, it will stimulate the 3rd eye and components of the 3rd eye, like the etheric layer, okay, or the different layers, depending on what energy you're working with. So the point of our music CD is that you've got the frequency of the energy in the background, and the CD is 1 hour long. So it's ideal for a 1 hour treatment if you're doing like a 1 hour chakra balancing treatment. If you're doing the hand treatment, you may not be able to get through the full CD, but you can certainly focus on the first 3 songs, which are all more about the physicality anyways. And it's a CD you can sell. Eventually, we're going to get it on as an MP3, but it's we have so many projects on the go. It's coming at one point. But thanks, Suzanne, for mentioning the CD, because that is beautiful. And just so you know, the guided meditation will teach you a lot about the chakras, a lot. And we go through and we talk about physically that chakra, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, the connection. So literally the CD is like a 1-hour training education. And it's great for clients and great for yourself. Are there any contraindications? Yes and no, because what is a contraindication when it comes to natural medicine? It's your body's reaction naturally. We often talk about contraindications that are negative because in the contraindications of chemical medicine, of course, there's contraindications because when it's a chemical cocktail that that's going into your body can react negatively. So they have these contraindications. In light therapy, one of the most contraindication effect that I've heard is when a client's gotten a yellow treatment and then they end up with diarrhea. Okay, well, that's not a negative thing because that diarrhea is your body's way of purging because now you've stimulated your body with the yellow frequency to stimulate the whole process of digestion. So once you've done that, it's processing all the toxins that maybe be, held in your stomach area. So there's this big purge that happens. That's the biggest contraindication that I've heard with our light therapy. Now, that being said, I also have people who got a red light treatment that couldn't sleep that night. Okay, well, you've been overstimulated with red, so that is a contraindication, of course, but is it a bad thing? No, because now you have recognized that your body needed red energy. Okay, so I tell people, you have to listen to your body when you're doing light therapy and hold your clients accountable for their reactions. Say, when we do a light therapy treatment, you may notice you sleep better or that maybe you have a detox. Okay, there's different things that can happen with light therapy. We might call them contraindications. I call them part of the healing process. So it's all about the way we talk, right? And whatnot. Okay, so Patricia's laughing at me in regards to setting my timer on Siri. Yes, go ahead, laugh at me. I know the postage is, but Bev, the price that you got for the new ChromaLight Penlight supersedes what you paid for the other ones. So, potatoes, and knowing that this is an instrument that you're going to have for many years, then it's well worth the investment. Think about the fact that if you actually go and get a light therapy treatment and the cost is $100 per treatment and you purchase the Penlight, including the course for one, you're getting the education. Let's say without the course for $1,297, that's $1,300. If you do 13 treatments to yourself, you've just paid for the Penlight. Yay! Okay. And of course, you can do a multitude of treatments and you could do treatments more than once a day to actually really reinforce the energy intake. When we do light therapy, it's one treatment. If we have the client do 2 more treatments at home using the oils and maybe the gemstone, the amount of progress that we can accomplish in a shorter time is much more advantageous. Okay. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I can answer any other questions, but does anybody have anything to say or share? Or because I always love, especially to hear from our ChromaLight practitioners or people who have taken the courses. Please share with others as to how you find our tools and training programs. I'd love that.
I haven't taken your course, but can you answer real quick again, the practitioner tools, package 1 and 2? Can you explain those again?
So Practitioner Toolkit 1, you're getting 7 of our alchemy massage oils, valued at $10.99 each, and that is the wholesale price. Okay. Plus you're getting a bottle of Aura Cleanser. You're getting our 3 different charts. This one you'll get them all as a PDF file. This one is one that you'll be able to use with your clients to actually highlight the different areas. And as I mentioned, I'm also going to be giving you this chart for free. Okay, so you'll be getting this by email anyways. And then the other two charts that are part of it, you'll get our hand reflex zone chart, and it is double-sided. You get both the right hand and the left hand. And you'll also receive our color therapy hand massage instructions, which is the 16 steps front and back. Plus, and I shouldn't say plus, but package 2, you get all of that plus the 5 additional crystal light massage oils of the magenta, pink, turquoise, gold, and silver. And you'll get information on these different essences, how you can use them. So I'll just quickly share with you the silver massage oil. You actually put it around your eyes, and then you do a light therapy treatment. And it's just amazing in regards for anti-aging, because silver is a feminine energy and it is a very fast frequency, and it just helps to heal on a very high dimensional level. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You're
Great. Really enjoyed this. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'd like to say thank you for joining today. So enjoy your evening until we see each other again.